Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to bitOps Dev, formerly known as InfoGamer. This video is going to be a little different. Recently, I've started live streaming on TikTok, and last night I was working on my first-person shooter, and today I was able to put together this tutorial from that live stream. Now, if you like this video and you want to watch some of my future live streams, you can follow me on TikTok, which I've left a link to in the description below. All right, so currently in Unity, I'm working on developing my first-person shooter, and I'm creating a new game mechanic for my project. So the game mechanic that I'm currently working on is for one of the objectives of the game. For my game, I want there to be several different kind of objectives, and the current objective that I'm working on right now will be for the players to hit a number of different switches inside a room. So here I've created a test scene. You can see I've got this room with the blue walls. I've got this gray cube in the middle, which represents my objective manager. On this object, I have a script called flip the switches. And for variables in the script, I have a switches min, switches max, switches prefab, and a layer mask. So right now, the main mechanic that I've created is for instantiating the switches around the room. And so inside the flip the switches script, here I've got my variables, which I've already talked about. Then inside the onEnable function, the first thing I'm doing is picking a random number for how many switches I want there to be inside the room. And so I've got random.range, and I'm going between switches min and switches max. I then have a for loop where I'm iterating for the number of switches. Inside this for loop, I'm doing a raycast. I'm going from the position of this objective manager, and I'm sending the ray out in any random direction. Inside this raycast if statement, I'm instantiating the switch prefab. And the switch prefab is actually different than how I normally do it. Normally I instantiate prefabs from my project file system, but for this prefab it's actually a child to this objective manager object. So after instantiating a switch, I then want to set its position, and I'm setting it equal to the hit point. I'm then setting its rotation, and I'm setting it to look in the direction of the hit normal. And finally, I'm enabling this new switch object. So with this script, I'm going to go back to Unity. And to test out this game mechanic, I'm going to bump the switch min to something like 10 and the switch max to 20. I'll then hit play in the editor. And here in the hierarchy, you can see I now have several switch objects. And in the scene view, you can see the switches are these red cubes. So the next thing that I want to do is make it so that the switches will add one to the switch manager so that the switch manager can keep track of how many switches have been triggered. And the switch prefab already has my interactable zone script attached to it. So if the player goes within its interaction zone and presses the interact button, which is F, then the Unity event tied to this script will be triggered. So now I just need to apply a function to that Unity event. And I've actually already created this function inside my flip the switch script. So here I have a public void function called press switch. And inside this function, I'm just adding one to my switches pressed variable. And just to test that it's working, I'm going to add a debug statement. And I'm going to log out the switches pressed. So inside Unity, with my switch prefab selected, I'm going to add an event. I'm going to drag in my switch manager. And then from the drop-down menu, I'm going to go to flip the switches and select press switch. So in order to test that this part of the game mechanic is working, I'm going to have to add my player prefab to this scene. Another way that I'm going to test that this is working is I'm going to add another event for when the interaction zone is triggered. And then I'm going to drag in this cube object, which is the visual for my switch. And then from the drop-down menu, I'm going to go to Mesh Render and select Material. For the material field, I'm then going to select a different color, like this green. So now when I hit play, my player can fly around the room, and if I go up to one of these red cubes and I press F, you can see that it changes to green. Now the last thing I need to do in order to make this game mechanic work in my project is report this objective complete to the main mission manager script. To do this, I've already created a script called objective, which allows me to call a function that will then report to the mission manager. So back inside the flip the switch script, I've added a new variable, which is a serialized field called objective, and I've called it current objective. Then down inside my press switch function, I've added an if statement where I'm checking to see if switches pressed is greater than or equal to numbered switches. If it is, then I'm debugging objective complete, and I'm calling current objective dot objective complete, which is that function that reports to the main mission manager script that this objective has been completed. So with this, I'll now go back to Unity. I'm actually going to turn down my minimum switches and my maximum switches back to something like 2 and 3. I'll then click play. So now when I fly around the room and I press these switches, there's the other one. I'm getting a null reference because there is no mission manager script in this scene, but if I were to plug this game mechanic into my main scene, it should work. And if I go to the console window, we can see the debug statement where it says objective complete. Now adding this objective or this game mechanic to my project adds somewhat of a little mini game to my first person shooter. And all that's really left to do with this game mechanic is to improve the visuals. And so to add an actual model asset for the different switches that the players will have to press. Now that's everything I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And please subscribe to my channel so you can be up to date whenever I publish new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.